Hi, my name is Justin Mirichi. I'm an actor, writer, and casting director. I am this week's guest on Snappy 7.
Karibu sana.
Asante, asante.
All right. First of all, congratulations on Watu Wote.
Thank you.
Hujaambiwa tulikuwa kwa Watu Wote.
Oh yeah, I featured in Watu Wote. It was a very exciting time. Well, there was a lot of hardship, but it was really good working with the students from Hamburg University to come together and put this story up. Yeah.
And you played who in the movie?
I played the role of Ouma, who was a mechanic on the bus. Yes. Yeah, so...
And how was the experience, like, doing that, such a big set, such a big movie?
I think it was a wonderful experience. There was a lot of learning for me in terms of production at that level. And also in networking with different actors, because we also had two guys from Hollywood who came over to do the film, and also in working with the German students. I think there was a wealth of experience there and a lot of very talented and skilled people. So primarily it was an educative moment. And then as well, just seeing how a Kenyan story can be transformed into a world-class script and filmed and put out there and accepted by the world. It was amazing.
You've done a lot of work, but deep down, who is Justin?
Who is Justin? Justin is a man. Justin is... wow, Justin is a creative person. I remember ever since I was a kid, I loved to draw, I loved to sing, which I do once in a while. Not as much as I used to, but I do once in a while, still. I have a passion for people, and so part of the work that I'm trying to do is to really improve the conditions for work in this country, primarily for actors. And I think if we can do that, then it will trickle down, or really the wave will go out, and it will improve our film industry. So I seek to connect and network with people who have a heart for art and for the Kenyan film industry. Yeah, because I feel that a lot of things could go way better than they are.
All right.
Yes.
And when did you start acting?
I started acting about 10 years ago. It happened accidentally, actually. I was in a band. I'd formed a band with two friends called Tamasha Beats, and one of them was an actor. His name is Odek Ochun. Yeah, so one of these days he tells me, why don't you come and see what we do on the other side, on film? So I went to a set where they were shooting a series called Wash and Set, either Wash and Set or Guy Center. So I'm there, watching, and it happened that there was a shortage of one actor. They needed a policeman. So the director tells me, why don't you play the policeman?
They suited you.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, so, I don't know how these things are done, and I give excuses. But she said, it's okay, it's a small role, just do it. I'll be instructing you, and we'll see how it goes. So I was dressed up in the police costume. We started the shoot. And we were just shooting, and all the while in my mind I'm wondering, okay, am I doing it right? What's going on? No one's saying anything. I'm just hearing action, and then guys are doing their thing, me included, and then cut, and then things just go on. So later she told me, her name is Mirichi. So later she told me, you're a good actor. And at that point I didn't consider myself an actor. I'd actually gone to several auditions and got rejected. And in a really bad way. There are actually people who laughed at me at some of these auditions. So, it brought up the question, okay, so maybe I can do this? And that's how my journey started. Now it's going to be 10 years in a few months. Yeah.
And apart from that policeman role, which was your first major role, which you can remember?
My first major role was in the series Lies That Bind, which was produced by Spielworks Media. I was playing the role of Joseph, who was the son to a politician who passed on, and there was a whole family drama of who's going to get the wealth, uncles cropping up out of nowhere, basically even drama in the home. My mom, who was played by Nduta Sialo, who is now the secretary for Kenya Actors Guild. I think we did an amazing job. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I really
and now
did
you've
enjoy
done
it.
more than 10 series.
Yes, I've done a lot of work. I think at some point I lose count. I've been on Makutano Junction, initially Lies That Bind. I have been on Saints, Wash and Set, Guy Center, Sue and Johnny. I had a cameo. I've done a lot of work for TV.
All right. And
Yes.
movies, which ones have you done so far?
I have done more than 5 Mnet movies. The arm of movies. I have done Watu Wote. I've done several others that are not, in the Kenyan market. And actually, late last year, I was in a movie with that was directed by Tosh Gitonga called Disconnect. That's going to be coming out hopefully by the end of this month.
All right. To the people who laughed at you at your first audition, and now you've won awards. You were one of the best actor in 48 hours.
Yes,
48
I
hours,
actually
yeah.
have
And,
an award for 2016.
supporting actor in Kalasha also.
Yes,
for a TV
2012.
drama.
Yeah.
So, in your mind,
Yeah.
it goes when you see you've won and someone laughed at you off. And,
I think it's just life. I think it's just life. And what it's taught me is that you need to believe in yourself. If you feel inspired to do something, you really need to believe it. And your faith has to surpass other people's faith. Because at the end of the day, this is your journey, you're the one who's going to do this thing. In that respect as well, I remember a few years back, I was trying to, I wrote a lot of poetry. I wrote a few songs, some of which I recorded. And I really had this aspiration to be a writer, to have my work in the paper or have a novel. And then later, just thinking about scripting and the stuff I watch on TV and on movies. And it's magical, and I wondered how do people put these things together. So I really aspired to that. And I spoke to someone at a college I was at that time. And he laughed. He laughed. I think he looked at my poetry and he was like,
people laughed at you a lot when you were coming out.
Yeah, I got laughed at a lot.
And have you done any scripts so far?
Yes, I actually...
Which have seen the daylight?
Yeah. We actually, last month we had our premiere show. It was a play called My Better Halves, which we staged at the Alliance Francaise. This is with my company called Sanifu Productions that I am running with my agent, Mildred Sakina. I'm sure you've talked to Mildred.
Yeah, a few times, yeah.
Yeah, so that was my first script to put out. Now there's another one coming up on the 6th to 8th of April. It's being done by Mbeki Mwalimu under Back to Basics. She was actually my first theatre instructor professionally. So it was an honor to be the one writing her first script as she breaks out into the market as a solo producer.
There's one thing that Kenyan, especially actors and producers and everything, they say South Africa is like still in our hand, a module, like things which have happened in Kenya, they go short in South Africa. What do you think the government should do?
Well, for starters, I don't think they're stealing anything. I think it's just the nature of the business. You have the freedom to choose where to shoot your story, how to shoot it, those are personal decisions for the producer. So when people decide not to shoot here because the conditions are not favorable, I'm with them. And wherever you are, guys, shooting your films in South Africa, just call me there to shoot. It's not really a matter of supporting.
When they go to South Africa,
yeah.
Kenyan actors are not cast. That's the South African cast which is going to be done. Like what you said, what happened in Mandera and Watu.
Yeah.
So your cast, you won't be there. No, it's a South African who has that accent.
Yeah.
You'll be playing a woman, a mechanic.
Yeah, I've actually seen a lot of that, and it's not something I can rejoice over. But the question is, what are we doing to correct that? Because we can't tell the producer, you have to cast Kenyan guys. They are way over there shooting. We have no control over the creative process. So what do? I think the best thing to do is improve conditions here. Give rebates for people shooting here. Relax a few of these laws. And I mean, let's encourage filmmakers. And if we can start with our own, it's going to be amazing. I feel like some people are trying to milk a cow that they have not fed. You know, it's really sad. And there's all this talk about policy change. But when is it going to happen? It's been going on for a long time. We've talked about it. In fact, the other day there was a discourse on Facebook about Hollywood and Watu Wote, and why we're not seeing more of these productions, and why Kenyans are not at the forefront. Because honestly, if we didn't have the German team with us, I don't know whether we would have gone as far as we did, just to be honest. So I think we need to look inwards. Those guys are doing their job. They are getting stories written, they're producing them, they are casting the people that they feel fit their vision. Would be better if they had authentic Kenyans, authentic accents from here. But we need to do something to help that happen.
Umeoa? Kuna watoto ama kuna mchumba?
Sijaoa bado. But I'm well on my way. I like to keep, you know, my private life private, because so what I can say is that I've actually been seeing someone for a bit over a year now, and yeah, we decided that we're going to get married, and it's going to happen soon. Yes.
All the best.
Thank you. Are you married?
All right, Justin.
Yeah.
Shukran sana.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming through.
Thank you.
All the best in everything you do. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Sawa.
Okay.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Karibu sana.
All right.